Okay, I need you to picture something. You work at Meta, you've got a corporate laptop, badge, and a job, and one day you notice something. The software tracking your mouse movements, your keystrokes, how you move through your workday. It's recording everything. And the rumor going around quietly in the bathrooms on anonymous flyers taped to the stall doors is that data is being used to train the AI that's going to replace you. Before the end of May, 8,000 Meta employees find out if that rumor was right. That's the world we're living in, and that is what we're going to be talking about today. Welcome to AI Boardroom Briefs, the show that breaks down what's happening in AI this week and what that actually means for your business and your career. I'm Chaka Serrant with 22 years experience in tech and management consulting. I help business owners and professionals use AI to increase their productivity, build leverage, and stop waiting for permission to change their lives. This week, the Meta layoff protest. Anthropic drops new tools built specifically for small businesses. Microsoft Copilot hitting 21 million paid seats and going fully agentic. 128,000 tech layoffs in the first 5 months of this year, with half of them directly blamed on AI. Plus, the companies to watch, events worth knowing about, and your weekly takeaway. Let's get into it. Meta's mouse tracking protest plus 8,000 layoffs. Okay, let's talk about what's actually happening at Meta. In the days leading up to May 20th, employees started posting anonymous flyers inside company bathrooms. The message? They believe Meta's internal mouse tracking software, the kind that logs how you navigate your computer, is being used to train the AI that will automate their roles. Now, Meta hasn't confirmed that, but they also haven't denied it. What they have confirmed is that 8,000 employees are being laid off before the end of the month. 8,000 people. And here's what I need you to understand about this, because it's bigger than Meta. The people posting those flyers aren't entry-level workers. These are professionals, people with tenure, with skills, with performance reviews that said they were good at their jobs. And they are watching their work behavior get cataloged, not knowing if it's being used to replace them. That feeling, if you've ever sat in a meeting and wondered if your role is safe, that is the same feeling. And the difference between the people who survive this moment and the people who don't is whether they are using AI or whether AI is being used on them. That's story one. All right, let's flip it. Because while companies are using AI to cut people, other AI companies are building tools specifically to help individual people compete. This week, Anthropic launched Claude for small business. And I want you to be clear about what it actually is, because this is not just a new chatbot. This is 15 plug-and-play AI workflows built directly into tools you already use. QuickBooks, PayPal, HubSpot, Canva, Slack. If you have a side business or you're trying to build one, this is the infrastructure you needed 6 months ago, and it's just become available. The workflows cover customer service, invoicing, content creation, lead management, and scheduling. The kind of back-end work that takes up hours you don't have. This is now automatable for a small business without a tech team. Now, at the same time, Microsoft Copilot crossed 20 million paid seats. And they didn't just announce a user milestone. They announced that Copilot is now fully agentic, meaning it doesn't just respond to prompts, it can take action on your behalf. Book meetings, draft and send emails, move tasks across tools autonomously. 20 million corporate professionals now have an AI that doesn't just answer questions, it works. And look, if your company has a Microsoft license and you're not using Copilot yet, that is a conversation worth having with your IT team this week. OpenAI released updates to GPT 5.5 model this week, improving reasoning, faster responses, and better performance on multi-step tasks. Nothing groundbreaking in the headline, but the consistency of this incremental improvement is what's significant. Every few weeks, the baseline gets better. And for anyone using AI tools in their workflow, that matters, because the tool you learned 3 months ago is not the same tool you have today. Okay, AI in the wild, my favorite segment, because this is where it stops being abstract. First up, Slazenger, a sportswear brand. They deployed an AI system that generates personalized campaign content at scale, different creative for different customer segments automatically. What used to take marketing teams weeks now runs in hours. A side business lesson, you don't need a marketing department. You need a system. AI is that system. Next, Distictive Inns, a boutique hospitality group. They built an AI concierge that handles guest inquiries, room recommendations, and local suggestions before the guest even arrives. The result? Highest satisfaction scores, fewer staff hours spent on routine questions. The side business lesson? White glove service is no longer a headcount problem. It's a system problem, and AI solves systems problems. And this one I want you to sit with. A regional healthcare network is using AI to triage patients' messages before they reach a physician, not replacing the doctor, prioritizing the inbox so the doctor spends time on what actually requires the expertise. The lesson? AI is not replacing the expert. It's protecting the expert's time. That is the model for any knowledge worker in any field. The companies winning the next decade are using AI to make people feel something faster, better, more personally. That is the business model worth studying. Okay, 128,000 tech workers laid off so far in 2026. That's just over 5 months, nearly 1,000 people per day. And here's what the headline does not tell you. 50% of those cuts were directly attributed to AI restructuring, not the economy, not overhiring, AI. The companies cutting are not struggling companies. Google, Meta, Salesforce. These are profitable companies rebuilding their operations around AI and deciding they need fewer people to do it. Now, I'm not telling you this to scare you. I'm telling you this because I want you to have a clear picture of what is happening so you can make clear decisions. Because here is the other side of this number. Every company cutting people is also investing in AI tools, which means there is a demand right now for people who know how to use those tools, how to implement them, how to train teams on them, and how to build with them. The people who are safe are not the ones who have been there the longest. They're the ones who made themselves indispensable to the next version of the company, not the current one. If you don't know where you stand in that picture, that is something you need to figure out soon. 3 more companies I want you to have on your radar. Mistral AI, European lab, open weight models, and they're competing with the best closed models in the world. Why does that matter to you? Because open means no vendor lock-in, enterprises are paying attention, and the frontier isn't just a Silicon Valley story anymore. Perplexity. They're going after the most profitable thing Google has, search. Not with links, with answers. They already know executives who have swapped Google for Perplexity. That's not a small thing. Whoever wins AI search wins the top of the funnel for everything. XAI, Grok, Elon's play. The business case is still being written, but the distribution is not. Hundreds of millions of X users. Real-time data that other models just don't have. You can have opinions about Elon, but you still need to watch this one. These aren't predictions. These are rooms where decisions are being made. You need to know the players. Okay, 3 events worth your time. Here are 3 events worth putting on your calendar. First, the AI Dev Summit, May 27th and 28th in Tampa, Florida. This one is built for professionals and practitioners, not just developers. If you're local, this is worth going to. Second, Data Plus AI Summit, June 15th through the 18th. Virtual and free. Databricks runs this one. It covers AI implementation, data strategy, and real enterprise use cases. Even if you attend 2 sessions, it's worth registering. Third, keep watching for Anthropic's Claude for Business webinar series. They've been releasing these as they roll out the small business tools. If you're building anything, those are going to be practical. Here's what I want to leave with you this week. The Meta story and the Anthropic story are happening at the same time, on the same day, in the same industry. One company using AI to eliminate people, the other company is building AI to empower them. And the difference in your life, in your business, in your career, in your bottom line, in what's in your next 5 years is which side of the story you're on. You can't control what Meta does. You cannot control what any company does with AI. What you can control is whether you are using these tools, building with them, them and positioning yourself as someone who makes the AI work, not someone that AI works around. This is the work, and it starts right now. If today's episode landed for you, if you watched the meta story and thought, I do not know where I stand, or I do not know what to do first, I have something for you. The 7-day AI Jumpstart is free. It walks you through 7 practical ways to start using AI in your actual workday, not theory, not a 10-hour course, 7 days, real tools, real results for 30 minutes a day. Drop brief in the comments and I'll send it to you directly. And if you want to talk through your specific situation, what's happening in your role, what's happening in your business, what tools make sense for your industry, comment access and we'll take it from there. I'll see you next week in another round of AI Boardroom Briefs. Okay, bye.